Sirius Unbound is proud to bring you School Talk on WEIU. Sirius Unbound, bringing friends and family together to experience fun gameplay and hobbies. For hobbyists, gamers, and collectors, the name is Sirius Unbound. More information available at 217-208-8760. Tomco Insurance Agency is a full-service insurance agency offering auto, home, farm, toys, business, health, and life. Tomco is proud to support School Talk on WEIU. More information is available at 217-345-6750 or email info@tomcoagency.com. Tomco is an independent, family-owned, operated insurance agency in Charleston.
Hi, I'm Brayden Armstrong with School Talk. Today I have here Nolan Faller. Thank you for being here, Nolan.
Welcome.
I have a few questions for you, starting with, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am Nolan Faller. I'm 12 years old and I live in Charleston, Illinois.
Have you always lived in Charleston?
I have, but I was technically born in Mattoon since the hospital I was born at is in Mattoon.
Do you have any pets?
I have a dog, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your dog.
Her name's Lulu. She is, I think, 8 years old now, and she is a teacup chihuahua.
If her name's a teacup, how big is she?
She is 4.5 pounds, sometimes 5, depends on when she wants to eat.
That's funny. I don't know the way you answered that. Anyway, I got a few more questions for you. What is your favorite school memory here?
I don't know, there's a lot still. I liked when we went to the zoo on that trip, and I also like when we had that blow-up bounce house thing here.
What is your favorite thing about the field trip at the zoo? Why was that memorable to you?
Well, I got lucky and got grouped with a bunch of my friends, and so that was fun. And it was just a good experience and all.
Is there any animal you liked most?
Penguins, love penguins.
Why do you like penguins?
I don't know, it's just, they're birds, but they live in the Arctic, and they can just do basically anything. They can swim. They can't fly, but they can swim pretty well.
Tell me a little bit about the bounce houses you're talking about.
It was all of 6th grade, and there's all sorts of obstacle courses, and there's like a Velcro football thing, and then there was there's little carnival game stuff, and it was just really fun.
Out of all of those, what were your favorite?
Probably the obstacle courses where you have to run through them as fast as you can and get like the best time or whatever.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. That was fun to do, even though we had to take our socks off. It was still fun though. Do you think elementary school, Carl Sandburg and Jefferson here has prepared you enough to go to middle school next year?
Yeah, probably. There's just a few things, it's like, well, I didn't teach us that, and then you get to the next grade, it's like, well, you're supposed to know this, so that's the only thing I was like, well, I don't know, so.
Are you gonna miss recess next year at all in 7th grade middle school?
Not really, because I heard we get an hour for lunch, and so that's like basically recess and lunch put together, so I'm not too mad about that.
My next question is, what are your favorite subjects here at school?
Lunch.
Why?
Because you get to eat and you don't have to do any work.
What is your favorite food to eat at lunch?
Usually whatever in my lunchbox is the best, but the pizza's pretty good here too.
Do you think our school lunches, cafeteria food is at all healthy and balanced?
There's definitely like not enough food. It's like you get a slice of pizza and milk, and it's like, well, I wish I would have more. And if you do get more, you have to pay 90 cents or whatever it is, which is not a lot. But it's just kind of like, well, I wish there was more that was available without having to pay money.
Is there any future foods you'd like to see in the cafeteria?
Something that isn't like just corn or beans for a side, maybe something like French fries or tater tots, something along those lines.
That was a good answer. I like food too. Is there anything in the school in general you'd like to see in the upcoming near future?
No, not really. It's as good as the school can get, but nothing really bad about it.
Is there something that you'd really like to learn about this year?
Math, because I feel like we always get math is sometimes halfway cut off because of snow days and stuff like that. So I wish we could get more out of the math so I know what math I'm doing next year.
It's a good answer. Math is important. I have another question for you here. Do you feel that our school is a good place to learn daily?
Yeah, I do, but there's some problems that just arise, but it's not a big deal.
What are some of those problems that may have happened?
Just like little things, like sometimes there's someone accidentally sets off the fire alarm. It's like, well, we all have to go outside now. Or just people just misbehaving in general.
With distractions of the different kids misbehaving, how do you deal or cope with that?
Just kind of just do what I do. I just kind of really not pay attention to it.
Is there any advice you would give for younger students possibly starting here next year?
Don't be a bad student, like don't misbehave, and always stand up for yourself. Don't let people walk all over you.
That's great advice. I have another question for you about our teachers. Do you think your teachers make your learning fun?
Yeah, I do, but sometimes they just, it's pretty hard to make math fun, but there's just little things like that.
Is there a way that your teachers have particularly made your learning fun and easy to do and you've actually learned?
By kind of letting other people kind of teach us, like letting us work in partners and stuff like that, and let us kind of figure it out on our own.
Tell us a little bit about your classroom.
It's a classroom. We have, well, you would know, you're in my class, but we have, I think, how many students? And we don't always have the best students, but our class is pretty good overall.
I have another question for you. Do you get nervous when we have a test at all?
If I know the subject, then no, but if sometimes, I'll be like, well, I'm not sure, and the test comes up, and it's like, oh, well, I have to do it now. Then I'm a little uneasy, but most of the time I'm pretty fine.
Is there a certain time that you put aside to study and do your homework?
Not really. Most of the time I just listen to lessons in class and I'll take notes, and once in a while, if I'm not exactly sure on something, I'll go home and do a few problems by myself.
Are you anxious and excited to go to middle school?
Yes and no. There's a few things it's like, well, I don't really want to do that, like having PE every day. I like PE, but it's like mostly just running, which I don't mind, but it's like, well, I wouldn't like to have to run every day. And having multiple classes, having to one teacher for every class, and then you have to go all over the place to get to one class, and then you have to go all across the school again to get to another class. It's kind of, I like staying in one classroom, not having to get up and walk around all the place.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of chaos, but we're only gonna be there 2 years. It should be easy to get in and out of it.
Yeah.
So, I have another question for you here. Do you think what do you think high school will be like?
I don't know, that's how many years, 3 years away? I have no clue. I don't even know.
Is there any classes you would like to take at all?
In high school, definitely ag class, and maybe business running class. I don't know, like economics or something like that.
Why do you want to take those classes?
Ag class because I like farming, I like doing all that sort of stuff, and then business class because I like to know how to run a business and manage money and stuff like that.
That's a good skill you'll need after high school, and if you go to college, you're going to need that for some sort of job. So that's a great answer. I noticed that there's a new agricultural building at the high school. Tell me a little bit about why you like this.
We have a small, well, I like agriculture because we have a small farm in Butler, Illinois. You probably never heard of it because it's so small, but it just interests me, I guess.
Is there any specific things you like doing in farming?
Nothing specific. I like working with animals, but we don't have any animals on the farm anymore, and I guess I just like doing it.
Now in the next 3 years, I think that'll be exciting for you to experience in the next 3 years. Getting into high school, being able to do that for a few years, it should be a neat experience.
Definitely.
Is there any extracurricular activities you like to take part in around school or after school? Or
I do cross country at the middle school, and that's about it. I'm not in any clubs or anything like that.
Tell me a little bit about cross country.
Well, cross country, we run 2 miles, and we go all over the place. We went to Robinson one time to do a race there. We went to Okaw Valley one time, and then we went to Mahomet one time too. Just go all over the place, and we see if your time's better than this person, you pass this many people, that's this many points for your team. So every person you pass, I think, is 1 point.
Yeah, that sounds interesting, fun. Last question, is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Nope, nothing at all.
Well, thank you for being here, Nolan. Thank you for joining us on School Talk. I'm Brayden Armstrong. Thanks for watching.
Tomco Insurance Agency is a full-service insurance agency offering auto, home, farm, toys, business, health, and life. Tomco is proud to support School Talk on WEIU. More information is available at 217-345-6750 or email info@tomcoagency.com. Tomco is an independent, family-owned, operated insurance agency in Charleston. Sirius Unbound is proud to bring you School Talk on WEIU. Sirius Unbound, bringing friends and family together to experience fun gameplay and hobbies. For hobbyists, gamers, and collectors, the name is Sirius Unbound. More information available at 217-208-8760.